Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back. I'm Supreme Verdicts, a practicing attorney by day and a magic strategist by night. After a long day of working on the rule of law, I come home to master the laws of magic. Are Izzet Lessons still playable in this meta? We've seen a lot of meta shifts over the last couple of weeks since the World Championships, where this deck has blown up after it crushed at Worlds and really swept the field, doing incredibly well, that we now see a lot of different aggressive decks, as well as just sideboarded graveyard hate and artifact and enchantment removal coming in to try to mess with it. But can this deck still play? Can this best of one? We are going with a variation on the Izzet Spells deck list. I want to say this was it's closest to Gab Nassif's list. This is not Seth Manfield, who is the current World Championship winner. I took out It'll Quench Ya, the idea being that everyone in the meta who's aware of the deck will expect It'll Quench Ya. I'm not even playing a copy, hoping that they'll play around it as necessary. I also find that this deck is best to just kind of turbo out wins on average. Our matchups not great if we don't have the perfect cards in hand, and so on against a really aggressive deck, we need opening hand removal. Otherwise, we don't really have a ton of time to dig for it, and against another Izzet Spells deck, we kind of have a hard time unless we happen to get our Monuments and Artist Talent combo first. And so in that sense, it kind of just works to run the gamut, to really go as fast as possible. So I cut out some of the extra fluff. We are playing, what is it? How many lands? 22 lands. I've seen some copies with 23. I've seen some copies go down to 21. I find 22 lands would be good. Yeah, I want to say this was closest to Gabriel Nassif's list. But there's a few variations that each of those players brought. This deck runs on a couple specific packages, Monument to Endurance and Artist Talent being the main one, where Artist Talent says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, which is the majority of this deck, there's only four creature spells in the whole deck, well, then you get to discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Monument of Endurance, when you discard a card, you can draw, make treasures, or have your opponent lose life. This is our primary win con. Artist Talent also has the 3 mana to make non-creature spells cost 1 less, which is incredibly powerful. Having a cost reducer online really helps this deck spiral out of control. Agna Kaela in the mana base, just as a one-of. If we really need to, we can draw and discard as necessary. I have not really had this come up yet, but I haven't faced any hard control decks outside of the Dimir Mill strategy, which is a little tough of a matchup. We have another fun little wombo combo in our spells package, with Accumulate Wisdom being effectively a draw 3 once we have 3 or more spells in the graveyard, and that can happen as early as turn 2, I found, which just gets kind of nuts, but that is how it is. So by turn 3, you can 1 mana draw a bunch. Some removal in Combustion Technique, Iroh's Demonstration, Firebending Lesson, and then our secondary wombo combo in Boomerang Basics and Storm Chaser's Talent, where we can bounce our Storm Chaser's Talent to draw a card and then replay it, which will trigger our prowess for our Otters tokens. We can also level up Storm Chaser's Talent level 4 to then return Boomerang Basics to create this kind of infinite loop if we have enough mana to just make a ton of Otters, and that is our next way of winning the game. Another important card that I just want to call out here, because you'll notice it's not played sometimes on purpose because of how important it is. Gran is a 1/2. I like to play her out really early just to try to chip in and get that draw discard to smooth out my hand once we know what we're playing against. In the late game, you don't cast her. You hold her in your hand until you have a turn where you can storm off with the Artist Talent and Monument to Endurance, and then you play her at the beginning of turn to get that beautiful, beautiful cost reduction, where she'll also give non-creature spells cost 1 less to cast if you have enough lessons. This is the deck. It's pretty straightforward. We're going to jump into some games and see how this does in the current meta. I do want to note, maybe you can hear it in my voice, I'm a little sick, and I'm going to be going on vacation for the next couple weeks, so this is going to be the last video for at least a couple of weeks. I didn't have, with work and trying to catch up and keep up on it, I did not have an opportunity to record enough in advance, but I hope you enjoy this, and we'll definitely dive into some more stuff when we get back. I really like this deck. I think it plays out really well against a variety of different decks, and it plays out as kind of like a fun combo-y storm deck. No, we have no clue what our opponent's playing. If they're playing aggro, we at least have 1 removal spell, although the Monuments are kind of dead in hand at the moment. If they're playing Lessons, then we are not in a great spot, but at least we found one of our combo piece. If they're playing anything else, again, the Accumulate Wisdom will help us draw to what we need depending on this matchup. And it looks like we are going to be playing, okay, a very classic, scary Badgermole Cub decks I actually haven't seen in a while, but I don't mind the matchup against them. Ouroboros can be a difficult matchup, but it's not super bad. Landfall I've found to be difficult because you need to slow them down enough before they can like turn 3 kill you that it does get difficult. Yeah, okay, this is going to be Landfall. As you can see, they have a Snakeskin Veil here. So we are going to go ahead and pass turn. Hopefully they play around Quench. But we will be accumulating here just because we need some more action in hand. It's clear they have one protection piece. We need to find enough removal to get around multiple protection pieces and try to fade their Tifa, their Bristly Bill, their Traveling Chocobos. Paw Patch Recruit. Okay. That's unfortunate. Well, now we know we're looking for an Iroh's, what's it called? Resolve? Iroh's Demonstration. All right. They went for the attack. Let's find Iroh's Demonstration. We did not. Grab the Artist Talent. That's 2 halves of our combo online. Unfortunate. We're gonna go ahead and Monument. Taking off a full turn against what seems to be a pretty aggressive push of a deck. If opponent has Ouroboros here, we're not in a great spot. Badgermole Cub is fine. I would really love an Iroh's Demonstration off the top. Deal 1 damage to each of them. Although they now have the 1 mana to protect. Okay. We Artist Talent and then we abandon attachments in order to dig some more. Yeah. This next turn we can still take a little bit more. I already played a land this turn. No, this is worth it so that we can... We're going to get rid of 1 monument. I know. It hurts me too. Make a treasure. This is not going to do enough. Nice, we get 1 anyway. We'll go ahead and draw a card here. All right, here's what I mean. We're not going to play Granny out because they're just going to be able to stomp over her. We're not going to block with her. But next turn, we can cast Granny, cast another monument, accumulate wisdom, combustion technique, and just really pop off. Now, we do need to survive to the next turn. That's going to be the hard part, especially because we're going to have to fire, I think, a lot of removal. Good news, opponent didn't have anything. So they have a hand of just 3 protection spells. That's brutal. Okay. I played the land out first, which might be a mistake. I don't know what's going on. Oh no, okay. Which might be a mistake because I'd like to be able to filter some more. I think this is going to be worth it. Boomerang basics, dump. Yeah, it's a shame. Let's draw some more. So we do need to filter a little bit more. We are dying for an Iroh's Demonstration. Oh my goodness. Making another treasure. Let's draw another card. Oh, there's 1. Okay. Some bad draws though. Let's deal 1 damage to everything. They'll choose to protect something. Like I said, plenty of lands that we ended up drawing. So maybe we could have kept the Boomerang basics to either bounce the monument to get another trigger or to be able to do something else. Wow. That just fully worked. Oh my god. I'm actually amazed. They didn't have anything? Okay. Then we just hold up our combustion technique. Yeah, we only have 1 more. Each opponent loses 3 life available. So if we cast this on their turn, we'll be able to use talent to filter a little bit more. Oh no. Ah! That was weird. I'm so sorry. I apologize, opponent. It looks as if my connection's off or something. I guess my computer's also sick. Unfortunate. They attack, I think we block. I mean, That's as good of a card as any. Now they could now punish me immediately. Oh, never mind. Opponent has nothing in hand. We have the Storm Chaser's Talent Boomerang Basics combo. We also have the Artist Talent to start filtering through things. The only issue is if our opponent is playing aggro. Evendo, our opponent is playing combo. We're gonna go ahead and have to be aggressive. Evendo is a good sign that they're playing the Kona Omniscience combo, where they play Kona Rescue Beastie, and then, yeah, Roiling Dragon Storm, tap it in order to get an Omniscience down, and they win the game with just combos of the Meringue Storm River Giant, whatever it's called. I can't believe these aren't legendary. It's kind of funny. I think we're just gonna go ahead, start here. Play this back out. I like Granny to start filtering her hand a little bit, especially, but opponent's just gonna have various removal spells. I want to put them on a clock, because if we can then storm off a little bit with our Monument to Endurance, we can kill them if they're at a low enough life total without needing to go through some of the steps to draw. All right, not great. Not great at all. Go ahead and Artist Talent. Go to Punch. Oof. All right, we're gonna play Granny out. We've got a second one in hand. We got nothing else to do. All right, does opponent have it? We didn't even bluff that we had removal. Yep, here's Kona. Crew Kona. And Omniscience. And do you win the game? They have Omniscience. Do they win the game? We could, notably, if they don't have a second Omniscience, get another Boomerang Tactics out. Okay, they bounce a couple things. They don't go for the Artist Talent. Interesting. They might have another way to bounce Meringue River Region, but by not getting rid of Artist Talent there, I think that's a mistake. Our creatures look scary, but at the same time, the Artist Talent is what can help us really pop off. There it is. They have a second one. All right, I think that is game, because now they can just keep doing this and digging through their deck now that they have the 2 river regions. And that's going to lead them. The question is, do we wait here? Does opponent know how to win the game? / will they be able to do it at a fast enough time? Not to mention, if we top decked a Boomerang Basics as well as a kill spell for Kona, we could just bounce Omniscience and kill Kona. And with Artist Talent, we would be able to dig to it. But they can just bounce Artist Talent, and then we can no longer win. At least not within 1 turn. Can I make this entertaining enough? Does opponent have the combo piece to win the game? It's gotta be something in the deck, what, that gives them all haste, doesn't make sense, they're past their combat. They hard cast that, good. I'm not positive, actually, how the game ends. I assume they just keep drawing, and eventually they have to make sure that they bounce the other dragon. Taking their time, though. Yeah, there goes the Artist Talent. Roiling Dragonstorm, draw 2. I might just cut this off here as a loss, but I'm going to sit and watch because I want to see how they end the game exactly. Can they not kick? That's funny. Can't afford. Another Roiling Dragonstorm. They can draw faster. What's I'm trying to remember what's in Standard right now. How did this one used to win? It was like the Jeskai Revelation. No, it was the Invasion of Arcavios. And then it could loop the Jeskai Revelation by bouncing the Invasion of Arcavios, which lets you search your graveyard. But now it's different. Now is it a they draw out their whole library, or is it a mill thing? It's a mill strategy, right? At some point there was the mill version, where there was some kind of creature that would make me mill, and they would just repeatedly bounce it again and again by looping the dragons in order to make me mill. But I've yet to see a win con. Okay. Tapped creatures have X-proof. Great. I have yet to see the win con from the opponent. 32 cards left in deck. They discarded second omniscience. They still have left the Storm Chaser's talent on the battlefield for us. And they're still trying to figure out what to do. All right, opponent's got a ton of different triggers. They're figuring it out. We're gonna give them a chance. Roiling Dragonstorm. Like you see, turn 3 versus turn 4 combo, and they just win the game. We didn't have the removal for it. We could have kept the Boomerang basics, maybe. But what would it have done? The Omniscience, they still would have taken this full turn. Accumulate Wisdom could have looked for some kind of removal. We could have held up the Combustion Technique if we had drawn it for Kona. It becomes problematic. It's hard to play around everything, and I find that it's best to just kind of take these losses when you have them. Opponent's passed. They run out of time? No, they just passed. Are they just planning to win with combat damage now? I guess so. 12. Well, that's unfortunate. All right, let's see what we can get. And that's not enough to win. GG's. Ooh. Our opponent goes first. We're missing red mana. If they're aggro, we're absolutely screwed. I think this might be a mulligan. I like the Monument to Endurance in hand, and Storm Chaser's talent is certainly a busted magic card. But I think we have to mulligan there. And that's a little bit better. We can drop the Boomerang basics. Because Abandoned Attachments is effectively... We can drop the island. What am I doing? Keep our Lessons in hand to discard. Gross. Alright. This is Mono White Enchantment. I don't know if you've seen this deck. It's terrifying. It's awful. It's so scary. They have that instant speed. Yeah, this one's annoying because they can just freaking it has ward 2. And so once they get protection for it, it's really hard to get rid of it. So we're gonna go ahead and just drop some chump blockers to a degree, although it will get flying once it's modified. Nice. Let's see if they pay the 1. This will tell us if they have combat trick in hand. They do pay the 1. They do not have the combat trick. They bottom. That's good to know. It's a little rough. I think we're gonna Boomerang basics here. The Wonder Weave Aerialist is so brutal. We're gonna basics, get rid of the Spellbook Vendor. We're gonna go ahead and Storm Chaser's talent, because I don't think we're gonna draw removal off of Gran, and we're not going to anyway because we don't have the land to hit with her. Let's drop the other Gran, as much as I'd like to make spells cheaper. I think it's more important to hit the land drop here. This deck has me on edge all the time. Yeah, this is bad. They're gonna get really soon out of range for our freaking kill spells. Could use another Boomerang basics, and here now they're holding up 1 mana. Let's see, 1, 2, which makes it kind of rough. I think we have to attack here. That's crazy. I mean, ideally we just get to kill something of theirs, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm okay with this trade. Anything to just take creatures off their battlefield. Now, hindsight, maybe the Abandoned Attachments, I should have done that before the trade, just to see if we could draw a removal spell. Yeah. They might have the instant speed one. We're just gonna kill it. We're just gonna kill it. We have to kill it. Yeah. Shoot, did they already have it? They played in such a way that maybe they valued the counter more than getting the other creature down. I'd hoped that there was a chance they didn't have Shard Mage's Rescue, but they do. And we're just gonna get got because of it. Maybe there's a world where I keep back the otters and only attacked with Grand Grand. Dang. I was really hoping that by attacking with Grand Grand, we could get the Shard Mage's Rescue out of their hand. Yeah, look, we just can't do anything against this getting double strike next turn. This deck is so brutal. We even we did mulligan. Yeah, see, we would have been able to keep 3 down. Wouldn't matter, we're still dead to anything. And had we not attacked with Grand Grand, we wouldn't have gone deep enough. And yeah, that's game. Ugh, it's tough out here. We're effectively playing a mid-range deck with a combo finish. I gotta keep this hand, but it's hard being on the draw as well. These decks are so fast. Even the combo decks are so fast these days. And against a control deck, this is such a medium hand. I don't know what to make of that. We can't play Grand Grand though, can we? I mean, I want to. Yeah, I'll play Grand Grand. Maybe it's a slow deck. Not a bad top deck. We can Grand Grand. For example, if they don't play any creatures here, we can start ditching Combustion Technique. Oh, is this a... They took 3. We'll pay the 2 life. We'll go ahead and grab the Artist Talent down. Next turn, we'll be able to cast the Storm Chaser's Talent and filter for a land if we need to. What is this? Add it only for a creature spell. Return target bat, lizard, rat, or squirrel. It's a sheep. I guess they're trying to... Now, Enduring Innocence is a good sign that they are going to be playing some bigger things. We're going to drop the other Combustion Technique in hopes, yeah, that we can play something proactive. Just filming myself for so much life. Sure. Drop the Firebending Lesson. Let's see what else we can grab. Nice. Grand Grand will make... We can cast Grand Grand and a Monument next turn. Drop whatever else we get into hand. What? Bat, lizard, rat. I guess there's the 2-mana bat from Ixalan, Deep Cavern Bat. Okay. Then there's like the Bats deck from Bloomburrow is feasible. What is this? A Bat Bird? That works. This is life gain. All right, they need to take. Never mind. They don't need to take anything in their mind. Ward 2. This card is so annoying. I'm sure I'm the first person to ever say that, but you know. Yeah, I think we're gonna discard this. Cool. So now if they get rid of Artist Talent, we still have Abandoned Attachments. Fortunately, we missed a land drop, so Grand Grand dying here is gonna be brutal. They don't have any life gain value pieces online, and we got rid of their card draw. So I think we're currently posed to do all right. Oh, okay. They get rid of Monument. That's... Or the Artist Talent. There we go. Lunar Convocation. If you gained life, each opponent loses 1. Nice. All right. Thankfully, we do have an Abandoned Attachments in hand. Thank you, opponent. That lets us do all right. I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess, draw. No, I want treasures, so we can cast our other one. Oh, let's draw. Perfect. Draw some more. Get that land drop down. We're going to abandon attachments now on... Let's just do it now. Why not? We still have various triggers that we can use. Heck yeah. Make another treasure. Okay. Now we're cooking. We are sorely lacking our, whatchamacallit thing. I guess let's Boomerang... No, let's Storm Chaser's Talent. Get another body onto the battlefield. We can always loot with Grand Grand if we really need to. Let's see what our opponent does. They might pay the 2 life. Draw a card. This will drain and gain them for them. If you gain life, each opponent loses 1. you gained and lost life. So they have to pay the 2, yeah. And now they're gonna attack me. That'd be kind of nice. I would love to get in a hit with Gran for free. Okay. I mean, drawing they're at 13. Is that lethal? That might just be lethal. Oh, cool, little Flyers deck. They're at 14. And they do gain the 1. Okay. 15 now. Don't have a way to discard right now. Or to draw discard. We're just gonna put all these monuments down. That's 12 points looking at them. Let's attack. No rest, no mercy, no matter what, opponent. I agree wholeheartedly. Oh, and there it is. Let's try to dome them for 4. They're gonna chump. That's fine for us. So next turn we can Artist Talent into the Storm Chaser's Talent, and we will still be needing an instant speed spell. So we'll draw off the monuments first, in the hopes that we draw at least 2 spells in 4 draws. I think that's in 5 draws because we'll also have our turn. We could crack the map if we want to for a better chance, but I think our odds are good. We can always Storm Chaser's Talent to get back a spell, like an Accumulate Wisdom that we know for sure will work. I don't think that's worth it. I think we're in a pretty good spot here, especially if opponent is paying life to draw. Zora Line is not bad. They get nothing back from the graveyard right now. Unfortunate, but still cool. It's a spell they got to cast. They don't have removal right now. Are they going to pay another 2? Oh, beautiful. They're now at 12. They're in range. They're going to die no matter what, but they'll gain life back. That's okay. We will win. If they attack, then there's a... Okay, they're up to 14. 16, 17, 18. 17. Okay. Let's do it. All right. I've got 2 blue. Let's ditch the island just in case. Nice. We're gonna draw. We're gonna draw. We're gonna draw. We're gonna draw. Draw 4. No big deal. Wow. I think that is going to be game. We'll go ahead and play another one of these. Why not? We'll discard this. And now we can make a bunch of treasures. This is just to show you how fun it is. We have lethal on opponent. I'm just having a good old time. And for the enjoyment of the viewers. So we have so many treasures, it just doesn't matter at this point. Discard that. Opponent's gonna go down to 12. How would you like to block, opponent? 3-3 on the 1-2, 1-1 on the 4-4. Or they just take it and concede. Maybe I shouldn't have given them a choice, because this makes it, and they just go. They know we have it. We cast an instant spell on their upkeep, which will trigger the Artist Talent to discard a card, and then we just choose lose 3 life for all the options. I go first with Gran. I like to lead with Gran because based on what our opponent does, we need to smooth out our draw because we are playing mid-range. That is a terrifying, horrific draw. We're gonna drop that because we don't want to be taking damage. Pay 2. We're just gonna kill it. We just gotta kill it. You saw what happens if they have the frickin' Shard Mage's Rescue. We just can't really come back from that. And yeah, they'll have that, which is a good card. Very good card. I think here we monument. And then what? Yeah, no, we just monument. Our engine is available. That's all. There's a consideration here to playing the Storm Chaser's Talent, so we have removal spell. All right, that's fine. I'm honestly so okay with seeing a seam rip here. Yeah, see, that's way worse. We get a bounce spell. Airbending lesson doesn't do anything. But I also have to keep it, don't I? Yeah, see, they have a Shard Mage's Rescue right now. We're going to draw another card. So we kind of want to hit a land because we need to kill this as soon as we possibly can. Didn't get there. That's okay. So the Shard Mage's Rescue is going to make this into a 6/6 as well. We need to keep that in mind for the turn that we try to kill it. I guess we just need them to tap out though because of the ward 2. Such a problematic card. Wow, they just cast it? Does that mean they have another? They just straight up have another one? Are we just dead here? We're just dead here. I mean, we have to. There's nothing else we can do. Yeah, they just have another. Oh. You can't win those. You can't win those. You know, I don't even know if this is an issue with the deck. Like, maybe it needs to be retooled a little bit to have more removal. Maybe this is a control matchup. I think we're just on the draw a little bit too much. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know what the actual stats are. But I gotta blame it on something, you know? Alright. Give you something to kill. Blue-white. Blue-white is blue-whiting. The boomerang basics could be sneaky good here at a later point in time. Do we give them a chance to counter this? I don't think so. We are... Oof. Oof. I don't want any of that. Guess we'll get land if we're playing against a control deck. Control deck that's missing land drops. Also fun. I mean, I guess we'll accumulate wisdom on end step. Question is if I give them a chance to counter it. I don't think so. Wow. Oh, they're gonna be so happy to counter something. But what are we supposed to do, you know? We have to cast spells. Give them something to deal with. Again. Oh, this was such a bad hand against control. And then we missed so badly. They just have stock up now to hit their next couple land drops. At least now we can... Grand can filter away these firebending lessons that are rotting in my hand. This is what I mean. There's just not like a lot of great options here. We're going to do this. Drop this other lesson and only hit land. Oh, that's so rough. I have nothing to do. Well, like I could cast Boomerang Basics, pick up Grand. Yeah. What am I... What are we doing here? I mean, am I doing this? Yeah, I guess so. This is sad. It's really sad. Not even picking up an Iroh's demonstration. Okay, it's a card. It's a card that I would have loved when I had spells in my hand. If we can get like an accumulate wisdom now, we can really pop off. There's only 2 left in the deck at the moment. But it is a start. Okay. It's a start. Opponent has something. Another consideration would be to level up the artist talent for when they get rid of Grand, but they definitely have Get Lost. They definitely have more Seam Rips. They have ways to deal with it. Do I switch back to blue-white control in this meta? I don't think so. Oh, God, that sucks. At least this will kill it. They can't really block. Oh, no, thank God. Okay, they're letting us do our little draw discard moment. Wow. I'm really about to firebending lesson to a 2-1. just to just to draw discard again, or discard draw again. Oh, you're killing me. Okay, I'm a little bit beside myself. I would have loved to also just hold that land so we have more things to discard once we draw, but I just needed to level that up because we don't have enough red sources right now. It was quite the turn. Quite the turn, quite the flood. Our opponent is getting so much time to find the lands they needed, to get the blockers they needed back in place. That Restless Anchorage is now going to mess with us. Seam Rip is going to hit Artist Talent, and they're still going to have Restless Anchorage up to block Grand Grand. Wow. It goes for Grand Grand? I think that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake. I poured so much more mana into Artist Talent. I don't know. I guess this way, no matter what, I only get a Grand Grand back if I find a way to remove the Seam Rips. There's not like a good way to do that in Blue-Red outside of the Boomerang basics. All right, here it is. Moment of truth. Counterspell? Of course it's gonna be a counterspell. Question is more so, can I find another spell here though? Let's go. I think we're gonna... I want to bounce this back so that I can draw the card. Can't be right. We're doing it. We have nothing else to do with mana. We have nothing else to do with our mana. It's so funny. Yeah, we're just gonna level it up again because, well, we'll get the Overlord this way. We have it on our turn. This is to a creature. Nice. I will turn. Ready arms. Oh, good. And they had the last Seam Rip. I think that's just game. I mean, it just doesn't matter here. We don't get to draw or discard or anything. Maybe it's a mulliganing issue. Okay, again, opponent goes first. Like, I am unlucky here. But maybe it's a mulligan issue where I need to be mulliganing to my, to either discard cards or the Artist Talent. I really think Artist Talent is so much more key in the deck because it helps you get to everything else you need. As opposed to, what was it, the last hand we had, which was fine. It was middling. Because the problem is we're playing a mid-range deck in a meta that's mostly aggro and a couple controls spells. And in that sense, sorry, I'm a little distracted. This opponent just keeps talking. And because of that, we're not well set up unless we have a lot of card draw in place. Opponent knows not to play their creature without protection for their creature, which is difficult. Do I just bounce it now? I mean, it's clear they have the removal for it, but next turn I'm gonna want a monument. I guess we, yeah, look, they have it. So we hold. We try the combustion technique. Let them attack first. Get the damage. They'll protect. Then we can bounce the Aerialist. Nice. Yep. No, I'm aware. That's a good card. I don't have a way to kill it yet. I'm sure they have more enchantments. It's kind of their whole shtick. Next turn, at least we can monument and basics. Bounce the scavenger. We'll cast something else that's scary. The ward is so annoying. Oh, nice. They put it on the scavenger. Did they have another Shard Mage's Rescue? Oh, God. It's so irritating. That's so irritating. Yeah, they do. Crap. But I'm priced into it, right? Now, I could bounce the Ethereal Armor. That's not helpful here. We're just dead. I mean, we found another basics. It's actually kind of funny. 10. And that's lethal. Right? 13. Now, even if we kill the Wonder Wheat, like, even no matter what we kill, they just have lethal on us. Right? Like, I don't know what I'm going for here at this point. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. It's just such a gimme, such a loss unless we have all the removal to begin with. We actually haven't played a single red-white mirror, or sorry, red-blue mirror. Of course, opponent's going first here. We can't Gran or Storm Chase's Talent or Boomerang Basics on turn 1, but we have Firebending Lesson and Combustion Technique, and we can cast whatever we want on turn 2. I guess we keep. And it's been all aggro and all control, and we're just not in a place for this. At least this is a combo deck. Jeez. It's a combo deck that we can also stop, unless they have a way to give everything haste, which they don't always do. Oh, shoot. We can't actually... Forgot. It's not an island. Of course. Had I done the River Pirate, it still wouldn't have mattered. It's fine. It's fine. Their whole goal is to bounce stuff and such. We're going to give them a distraction until we have a way to set up our engine. I guess this maybe was a hand we were supposed to mulligan because we didn't have the artist talent. Maybe this will be a Storm Chaser's Talent game. The games haven't gone long enough. That would have been nice to kill. Maybe I should be playing a control role entirely. Wow, yeah. Alright, punt on my part, I suppose. That's pretty good. We're gonna let them keep their Badgermole, but I think that's okay. I don't know. I haven't actually played against Bant airbending yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they play a land, they can play this Quantum Riddler, but we can also kill it. Is this what I mean by holding Gran back? Because now Gran is a 1 mana, make everything cost 1 less, which will be very useful once we have a few monuments in our hand. Let's see how opponent wants to play this. Yeah, you've got mana. What are you gonna do with it? They haven't played another land yet. Okay. Airbending artist talent? No, airbending is token. I really think opponents, until you play the deck, you don't know what's the scary part. 1 green mana open. Is there like a hard kill spell in this? Like, should I be Granning here in order to then 1 mana, 1 mana? I guess it's kind of a freebie. It's kind of funny not killing the Badgermole Cub, but I just don't think this deck takes good advantage, like uses it to a particular advantage. I mean, that also works. Yeah, okay. We're gonna decline here because if we just top deck a land next turn, I want to be able to do something with it. Nice. Set them back on mana. Got rid of one of their combo pieces. That's 2 out of the 12. Yeah, 2 out of the 12 combo pieces gone. This deck's kind of crazy. I like it a lot. Bant airbending, the idea is that you use Aang, Swift Savior, to airbend Appa, which both of them allow you to airbend your permanents. And with Doc Arlok on the field, which makes spells cast from exile cost 2 less, you can do this infinitely. Appa then also has the benefit of, wow, again. Appa then also has the benefit of, whatchamacallit, making 1/1s when you cast things from exile, which is pretty good in this spot. We're gonna go ahead. Let's discard. Sure. Okay. Kind of useless. I can draw discard. I can return a spell. What am I gonna get back? Sure. Let's return a spell. Scare our opponent a little bit. We'll grab another combustion technique. I'm not gonna throw Grand under the bus here. This deck can also always just waterbend Aang 8 to transform. And then even if you only have a some amount of 1/1s, that's fairly powerful. You put counters on all of them, etc., etc. It's going to do damage. What's our opponent play here? They drew a land for turn, so they have 4 spells in hand. They can Appa, which is instant speed. Looks like they're choosing to cast a spell now. Badgermole Cub, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. They can still Appa at instant speed, meaning they'll have a way to blow out this. Guess we want them get rid of the Badgermole Cub to airbend that specifically, because then they have to recast it to get the mana advantage again. Yeah, there's Appa. So they have 2 parts of the combo here, which is pretty dangerous. Now, knowing that they likely had Appa, there was some kind of play to maybe not casting anything. But I think here we're just gonna go for it. All right. Now there's a draw discard, and I could choose to draw, but I don't have any more mana. We're giving our opponent 1 turn to combo off here. They do have it. Wow. So next turn, we are going to have to find, unless they can combo off here for the win. I don't think they can. They do have 4 mana. They still have 4 mana. Unless they have a card in hand that lets them. But yeah, right now they can create infinite 1/1s. They choose not to. Does this work at instant speed? Flash. Oh my god, it's instant speed, so they can do it at my end step. Well, crap. Alright, we're gonna attack with Grand. We're gonna draw. See what we draw. And okay, that's not bad. What are you gonna block with? I guess here we go to kill Doc. They have to do this right. They're going to Aang. They have to get rid of Appa. And then they'll have to Appa to get rid of the Aang and the Doc. And they're gonna do this before I get a chance to loot, which is fair. That way I can't kill it. But now, without Doc Arlock, which I don't know why they blocked like that, it incentivized it even more. They can no longer continue the loop. Of course, we're still... Are we dead on board? Maybe. Hopefully not. We're gonna make some treasures. And let's see if we can break the loop. We're also gonna dome them for some damage. Nice. Pretty good one. I hear that's a good card. Opponent still has some 4 mana. They can still Aang in order to airbend it. Okay. I don't think they realize what they're doing here. Oh, they just did Appa again. Why? I'm confused. I guess any number of non-land permanents you control. Yeah, Aang. They didn't even do Aang to make me recast Accumulate Wisdom. They're just fully... Opponent's gone a little bananas, I think. Let's go to damage. I mean, we now kind of have a nutso. I don't even know if we need. This is right. This is 3 times 3 is going to be not quite enough. So if we get rid of this, what I can now do is play. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay. We can discard. We can make another treasure just to make sure we have enough. Let's go ahead and do a treasure because we can still do this. And then next turn, end turn, on their upkeep. All right, good game, opponent. We're going to go ahead and Badgermole Cub kill. Would you like to spend your mana to try to stop this? This is why I like this deck, because you can upkeep, kind of draw, and we were at a spot, our opponent had an infinite combo. We had one removal spell, the original combustion technique, that we then cast. And we proceeded to draw enough cards and make enough treasures that we filled our entire board here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm so okay with this, because now we discard this one card. Had our opponent realize they might have been able, okay, lose 3, lose 3, lose 3, lose 3. They might have decided to, they can't even airbend our monuments. Yeah, they were just dead on board regardless. GG's. I'm tempted to relegate. Oh, nice. We go first and we have combo in hand. Let's try it. Let's see how we do. Because I'm also tempted to just relegate this deck to a, they're mono red. We just have so many more blue spells. It's fine. I'm tempted to relegate this deck to a best of 3 because it's so hard to transition mid-game. Yeah, here we go. Between our, what's it called? Do I just kill this? I feel like I have to. But I want to get this down really badly. Let's do it. Let's be risky. It's so hard to transition between, in our mid-range deck, playing the aggro game plan versus playing the control game plan. Like, I can't really add in... see, now with the deal 1 damage, if they have a Shard Mage's Rescue, they're able to just fully extend it. Nice. I think I make this big enough. Okay, our opponent's really just going ham on one creature. That's okay with me. Just gonna do 4, kill that. Yes, let's get rid of that. Sorry, I'm distracted, of course, while we play this. Oh, should have done this first. This might just be a best of 3 deck. That way you're able to put in the right tools that you need for the job, because I wouldn't want to like pre-sideboard in anything. The lessons package is too tight. It works really well together. And so I don't want to take any of it out. This is already fairly bare bones, it feels. But I wouldn't put in, what, more abrade, like an abrade, spell pierce. Like, who am I trying to tool the game for specifically? It just doesn't make a ton of play sense. We're gonna bounce this, drop that. Nice, another tap land. Draw 3. Let's see, can we draw more removal? That's pretty good. That's also pretty good. Let's go ahead and now we'll name red. Enters tapped. Don't need Grand just yet. They don't have anything on the ground that I can block even. See, no Shard Mage's Rescue. This deck's annoying and strong. Yeah, and they've still got it. Oy. I think we draw the island, the mountain, tried to see if we hit anything else. No. Okay, that's fine. Let's drop a Grand. Nice, we do hit the land, so we'll go ahead and try to draw more. Let's get ourselves another... Yeah, let's get ourselves a chump blocker, I think. And we can get a treasure. Agna can go. Well, we've got a couple monuments. Next turn, we can really do some damage. We're gonna pass. Yeah, they've got something. I think. We'll see if we can draw it out in like the middle of combat. I think we end up killing the scavenger is the biggest issue, no matter what. If they kill Grand, we're not as good of a spot. It'll be a lot more problematic. Wow. That's a choice. Okay. Can we just win next turn? I'm just gonna do this now. Let's discard another artist talent. We'll draw another card. That might get us out. Okay. They didn't have the removal, actually. 3, 4. Can we win this turn? Let's find out. We're gonna try. We're gonna try our best. When we've got this many monuments and there's a cost reduction, it becomes a little bit easier. Let's make a treasure for now. Make a treasure for now. It's actually pretty nice. Okay. I think we're gonna get there. We'll go ahead and draw. Make a treasure. Play this. Let's wisdom. We gotta work for it, you know? Drop the artist talent. Draw. Go ahead. Sorry if I get silent trying to figure out how to price into this. Can we survive one more turn? I guess we need to get removal. That's pretty good. Now, an ethereal armor could be pretty bad here, but I think it's worth just kind of going for this. Another treasure. Nice. We do manage to knock that out. We could, for example, there's been no stick, so we're actually going to change the plan entirely. And we're just going to kill this. We're not going to combo off this turn. We're not going to try for their turn. I don't think we could have won on their upkeep because we still had a one more drain 3. And then on their upkeep, we can use one more treasure. For example, if I just didn't pay for the ward. GG's. What are your thoughts? Let me know. As you saw, the deck's good. When within a turn, you can find the win, and just with a little bit of planning, you can win on their upkeep or just dig to what you need. It's a very cool toolboxy deck that lets you, it's mid-range, but it lets you slide between aggro and control. We didn't get any great Storm Chasers talent like Otter aggro, but you can do that, and I'm sure you can see the vision. And it has a kind of combo finish out of nowhere. Just start doming your opponent for 12 over the course of 2 turns, which is absolutely devastating for them. That being said, the way the meta is now, we played all aggro decks or all control decks. There was maybe a mid-range in there that we were able to help stomp, and we lost so many matches, but when we were on the play, we won multiple matches. It's so based on who goes first in terms of what you can do and how this deck operates. I really like it. I'm going to be playing this a lot more, but I'm curious to see where it ends up settling. It might be relegated to best of 3, but it has some punch to it, and I could see it definitely competing at some of the top queues. After all, it did win the World Championship. There is, however, more strategy to analyze, more games to play, and unfortunately, more work to do. I'm Supreme Verdicts. Have a wonderful rest of your day.